Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm still the Scarlet Spider. Now, as I said in the other video, yeah, I gotta stretch a little bit because, hip replacement. It doesn't really allow me to sit too long. It allows me to stand, but it doesn't allow me to sit. So, in these groups that I'm in on Facebook, there's a lot of racism involved. And before I go too deep into the actual topic, I just want to point that out, that a lot of the racism involved is not prejudice, it's just straight racism. There are a lot of people who don't like Pakistani people. I personally don't have anything against anybody due to their race or their culture, and I have a few Pakistani friends, and they're very nice people, by the way. However, on these Facebook groups, I don't know the Pakistani people who they are preferring to, but they have pissed them off to the fact that they are not allowed in barely any of the groups. Which is sad because one person can ruin it for a race of people. A lot of people don't understand that, which is another reason why when black people see something on the news, the majority of black Americans, the first thing we say is, God, please don't let that person be black. Because we know that one black person just ruined it for the whole lot of us. I mean, the black shoe bomber, the black underwear bomber, both of those guys were Muslims, but they ruined it for Muslims, but they ruined it for black people. The DC sniper ruined it for black people. Anybody that does something black, everybody else that's black or brown will feel that shit. It's just a matter of time. It's really just a matter of time. Now, let's get into the guts and glory of the group. So, in the groups, there was a big ass debate on the current administration, aka the red-headed baby troll in charge. Let me be completely unadulterated, 1000% clear. I do not like Donald Trump. I would never vote for him. I don't give a crap about the bloody stimulus check. I don't intend on using it. In fact, I did try to send it back. The credit union said they can't do that. So, it's there, somewhere. I do not intend on touching it. Not even on a rainy day. Because I'm going to get off my ass and get a job. Perfectly doing this. But anyway, the point of the matter is, a lot of the people have not been, I guess, up to speed, so to speak. So let me be completely honest and completely fair. I have a video on here that has put down all of his, what y'all would consider bigotry, and what I consider blatant racism here on Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Now, I'm hoping not to get flagged for the crap that's coming out of my mouth, but, hey, I'm staying in character. And Scarlet Spider, as well as any Spider-Man, makes really quick quips. Okay? So deal with that. Anyway, and hopefully the mask isn't muffling my voice. The fact of the matter is that he didn't help Charlottesville. Because there was evil on both sides. There were good protesters and bad protesters. There was good anti-protesters and bad anti-protesters. I don't think my Trump voice works very well. Which really doesn't matter because I'm not a fan of the guy. I don't personally hate him. However, someone needs to put a mask on him to muffle his voice when he tells Asian reporter, whose name I can't pronounce, but she was of Chinese descent, that she should ask China about the COVID-19 plan. Now, that doesn't sound racist to you. I'm sorry, there's something wrong with your ears. Because if I went and told a black person to go back to Africa, and I wasn't black, that would sound very racist to me. I have posted evidence of this event that happened a couple of weeks ago. And I have posted evidence on how he does not like people that my Native American grandmother came from. And let's not forget that I've posted evidence on his first day in office and how he signed over Standing Rock the day after the other guy, Obama, signed a protection to protect Standing Rock Sioux Indians from not having the pipeline go through. Now, see, a lot of people in this group doesn't understand that, or they don't care because, see, Donald Trump's bigotry, or what I call racism, doesn't affect them directly. And see, when something is racist and it doesn't affect you directly, it's not wrong for you. Where if you're part of the people that it's affecting directly, where you're getting slapped in the face because, oh, well, you can't live on this land, even though it's your land and you're a sovereign nation, we're going to still take your rights from you and dig our pipeline through your shit. And there'll be nothing you can do. And though I have been praying for Coyote the Trickster to show up and tear that place to hell, he hasn't showed up yet. So Standing Rock, Coyote, you just let us all down. But back to the story at hand on the video. In our group, there has been massive debate on Obama and Trump. Now, for those who don't remember, and I will constantly remind you that the United States government did everything they could to make sure that Obama was, one, a one-term president, and two, they stopped him at every turn. Every single turn. Now, hold on. It gets better. They also got on Obama's case for going overseas and bringing back a white soldier that the American Army or Navy or Marines, whichever branch he was in, deemed a deserter. He's still an American soldier, and Obama went and got him back, and everybody chewed Obama out for going back to bring home an American soldier who happened to be white. All right. So, reverse racism, because he went to go and help a white guy. Oh, y'all forgot, Obama's half white. Okay, so technically, he did nothing wrong. Now, on the other hand, our commander-in-chief currently went over to Korea, got the young man back who later would die. He was also white. And then he stepped it up. He got a black lady out of prison. He got 3 black guys out of China. And he was digging those brownie points for black people. And I know those black people that he got out of China, got out of jail, and everything else that he's done, he's got them in his back pocket. They're going to vote for him because they feel that they owe him because he saved their life. And there is an Asian saying, and it is world-renowned around all of Asia, if you save my life, I am yours because I owe you, and nothing that I can pay you back other than saving your life can make us even. I didn't translate that right, but anyway. So the groups are fighting. They're fighting about Obama. They're fighting about Trump. They're talking about how Trump signed this thing about the stimulus bill. And yet, some of them so don't remember 2008 when Obama signed this thing to get all of the car manufacturers back up and running. Even though the fact, at about that time, Donald Trump was fighting Vince McMahon over hair after he had declared bankruptcy for the 4th time. But that's not here or there. His taxes are not here or there. Those are small things. They have nothing to do with him being a fucking racist. Let's get on the racist thing. Because the only reason why I don't like Donald Trump is because straight up and down he is a fucking racist. I'm sorry, YouTube. I had no way of censoring myself on that. Because anytime you could sit somebody of a specific ethnicity and tell them to go ask the country in which their ancestors come from, if that doesn't paint racist, somebody's not listening. Somebody needs glasses. And more importantly, somebody just doesn't give a damn. Let's see. Back in 1995, 1993, there was a casino incident with our great administrator, before he became the president, insulting Connecticut Native Americans. They don't look Indian to me. So, if you guys didn't know that I was mixed, and you can't see my face, would you still watch this video? Probably. Because you know that Ben Riley, the real one, is a white guy with blonde hair and brown eyes. And why do I know that? Because I'm the clone of Spider-Man, who has brown hair and brown eyes. Now, the whole point of making this video is to point out the fact that a lot of people support the bigotry and the racism of our current administration. A lot of people, myself included, supported Obama. However, I'll let you in on a little secret. I didn't vote for him the first time. I voted for Hillary. I got lost. So, when the next came up, I didn't like the Republican guy, so I voted for Obama. I didn't vote for Obama because I'm black. A lot of black people voted for Obama simply because he was black. Not because they gave a damn about what he stood for, but because he was black. Now, let me put this into perspective for you, especially if you're not black. A lot of black people secretly hate other black people. And excuse me for burping in your face. But a lot of black people who secretly hate black people will not help to fix this problem. They only want to exacerbate the situation and make this thing a lot worse than it needs to be. So, let's see. Support the black guy because he's black, not because he stands for something important. Or support the white guy that we like and he stands for something that we know is important. That's pretty much how that happened. You know? And Obama paid for it. But you can't say that he didn't do his best. Because he did. But everybody in the White House, Republicans and Democrats, thwarted him at every turn. You know who you are. That being said, let's get back to the topic of the group. These groups, it didn't just fester in one group. It festered in two groups. And I'm not going to say the groups' names. And if you're watching, y'all know I'm right. It went from one group to another group. Even had a guy leave both groups that's a friend of mine who happens to be black. He had to learn a very important lesson about politics, friendship, and racism. Politics ruins friendship. Racism ruins friendships. I'm going to be honest with you. Back when I was in grade school, there was a race war. I've told you guys this before, but I've never told you this wearing the hood. I'm not going to tell you wearing the hood. But I am going to tell you this story because it affects me more than it affects anyone else here or in the group or way back then. See, when I first was growing up, I just thought that I was black. And sadly, kids are cruel. They saw my light-skinned ass mom who could pass for a white woman, and they decided that I'm not a real nigger, I'm a half nigger. I'm sorry for using that term, but that was the words that they used to me for years. And then we got into the 5th grade, and God rest her soul, Miss Conrad pointed out the fact that I'm part Native American, which I did not know. And once I found out, the world stopped. So, racism, it's a thing. But I'm going to have to make a third video because a lot of you don't know you're racist. Alright? You really don't. So the third video will have nothing to do with the groups completely, but it will give you some salient points. This is Conflict number 2. Be seeing you.